Hello and welcome to the season premiere of the second season of the Under the Blanket podcast. I am your host, AlphaShire, and today I am once again joined by GoomFloops,
Yes.
Double Hats Eyewear,
Yes.
and OpsCat. Now, the last season was alright. The Michael Bowman episode actually did boost my ratings by quite a lot. And, I got some feedback for the podcast, and I'm going to try to make it better by taking that advice and, just make it a lot more enjoyable for you viewers, listeners at home, because apparently we do have some now.
An enjoyable experience.
Transition with the
Yes.
guitar. Yeah.
Who is you?
Alright, do your introductions,
Oh, yeah,
I guess,
introductions.
for those who haven't listened to episode 10.
You go first. Not me.
Okay.
Whoever isn't me,
hello?
go first.
My name is Double Hats Eyewear. I just got killed by steel gauntlets in Team Fortress 2. I occasionally made music for the cool new webcomic, and now my current occupation is pretending to make comics on the internet. Occasionally. And other stuff too.
My name is GoomFloops.
Goobus?
GoomFloops. I'm
Goober?
also playing Team Defense Fortress 2 with my good friend Double Hats Eyewear right now. I'm not really known, but if I am known, it's for making a bit of stuff for Canupt, and then not making a bit of stuff for
Yeah.
Canupt, in that order.
And finally, the legend, Ops.
Hello. I do music occasionally. I did a bunch of music for Cool New Webcomic, and then I did music for Ocean Falls like a year ago, but that album still hasn't come out, so just gotta wait on that, I guess. That's all.
Knights would not let me in to, working on Ocean Falls. I don't know why Knights doesn't like me.
I don't know why.
Oh, dear.
Blocked by Knights.
I mean, right when a few days after I joined the Cool New Music team. No, the day after, she DM'd me are you actually gonna do any work, or should I just, kick you? And I said, it has been my dream for the past year to join this team, and I'm not gonna get kicked, on my first day.
When did you join Alpha?
I joined, July 17th, 2017, I guess? I don't know. Around that time in July.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's enjoyable and cool and new.
That's quite cool, quite new, pretty relevant, pretty topical. So, any topics of discussion that we all have for this wonderful podcast?
Well, there is this video that surfaced of Goom and Soze,
Oh yes, that one.
and if you want to explain it.
I will. This is good. I can tell a little story here. I can do a little anecdote. I can flex my comedian skills a little. So, okay, picture the scene. It's early 2017. It's March or something. I don't fully remember which month it was. And me and my good friend Double Hats Eyewear, we're going to Brisbane to meet some other people from Canupt who live in Australia, Tyrant Bacon and Soze. And we all met up in Brisbane. We walked around the city. We got some donuts. We did lots of jokes. It was pretty fun. It was a pretty good time. And towards the end of the meetup, we had a plan, and that plan was to go to a internet cafe in the city to get on Skype and talk to another good Australian Canupter, Power 464646. Apologies if I got the 4s and the 6s wrong. So my Double Hats Eyewear and Tyrant Bacon went into this internet cafe to book it or whatever. I can't 100% remember why we didn't go in. We didn't all go in, but it was just them initially. And me and Soze, we were having a discussion outside. And then DHE pokes his head out of the doorway and like beckons us, and we start walking up the stairs to this internet cafe, and we're still having our conversation. It's pretty loud. I don't remember what it was about, but it was pretty funny. But we're having this conversation. I'm waving around this inflatable Pikachu that we had bought earlier that day, and we had started calling it Thickachu because we thought it was hilarious.
Inflatable
Yeah.
Pikachu.
Yeah.
We should
It was a
clarify
Pikachu
that it is a balloon.
animal.
It is a balloon. It's not just
Well-
an inflatable Pikachu.
Well, it is. A balloon Pikachu is a Pikachu that's inflatable, okay? So anyway, what was happening was, we were walking up the stairs, talking pretty loudly, and DHE still, was poking his head out. He was filming us now, and he had this weird expression on his face. And I was thinking, why does he have that weird expression on his face? And then, once we reached the top of the stairs, still, like, chatting along, Soze sort of, like, tugs my shoulder, and, I look to the right of the staircase where I can like peek over to see the rest of the room, and it is absolutely full. It is like an ocean of like sweaty gamers all looking down at their screens playing Overwatch.
It is like
And
an
it is
ocean
then-
falls.
And then I realize it's dead quiet. I can like feel the smell of sweat just radiating over me. Everyone is completely silent. The dude who runs the place is looking at me and Soze, like looking kind of, but not fully pissed off. And from there, we just noped the fuck on out of there, because it was like, DHE's laughing. It's still very quiet. This time it's an awkward, biting silence. And then we wait outside for like 40 seconds, just trying not to just shrivel up and perish from that horrible experience. And then we go back in and we get on Skype. But the people next to the computer that we're using, they were looking at us, and they did look pretty peeved. So that's the cool story of how I embarrassed myself in front of a bunch of sweaty gamers.
Thank you, Goom.
Games.
No worries.
Very cool.
Get games.
That
You got games.
that story was much funnier the first time I told it. I'm sorry, listeners.
That's always
Yeah,
the case.
the first time you told it, it was funnier. But like,
Yeah.
just one thing, Ops. Are you 100% sure that your mic is being recorded?
Mine?
Because, yeah, I'm kind of paranoid about
I mean, I'm watching Audacity right now, and I'm watching the waveforms be created
Magical.
while words are coming out of my mouth,
magical.
and while words
Wow.
are coming out of my guitar.
It's just like magic for your computer.
Man, what is technology, Dad?
Son, it's magic.
It's magic.
It's magic, Joel. It's magic. That was a topical reference.
It's a hard skeletal. Oh man. Apparently he did a Windows 98 destruction recently.
I did not
correct?
see that.
Apparently,
That sounds pretty good.
A good friend of mine, who is very apparent in his love of Undertale shitpostery. He one day just looked at his thing. He's like, "Oh, Windows 98." It's a very exciting rendition. He's a very he's a very I would say blunt person a lot of the time,
I see.
but
Blunt
he just
about
he
Undertale.
just sends me sans Undertale.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Speaking of
pretty good.
Undertale, let's do a bit of news show coverage on the epic Undertale news.
We could do a
How
bit
do
of
you-
discussion.
Yeah,
I would
what
love
do you
some
fellas
discussion.
think about Undertale 2 Delta Rune?
Welcome to the Under the Tail podcast. I'm your host, AlphaShire, and you know what time it is. It's time to discuss Undertale 2.
Who would like to go first with their thoughts about Deltarune?
Sure. I think it's a very good game. When I originally found it, my friend said it's better than Undertale, which is saying a lot.
For me,
But,
there are... Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
no, they said it
sorry.
was better than Undertale. I thought, well, I could probably see that, but I don't think it's that likely. But I would say it's on par. I would say it's on par with Undertale
For
in
me,
several ways. I would say gameplay-wise, it's actually a step above Undertale.
yeah, for
Just
me,
because it's just because of the battle system and the multiple party system as well. That's all. That's all a lot more interesting than just a one party system.
God, Hats, you keep interrupting Ops.
Sorry.
What is this
No,
is so
it's fine.
sad.
For me,
Sorry.
I mean, I was mostly going to agree with what you were saying. There are a lot of elements that I kind of prefer from each game. I feel like I'm trying to figure out how to like put my feelings about it into words, but I guess most simply put, there are certain elements about Undertale that I think really make it shine, and I think that while Deltarune lacks some of those, it also has some other elements that make it more positive. Like you were saying, I think the battle system is obviously more in depth, which is a positive.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I think a lot of the things that make Deltarune feel less than Undertale is simply encapsulated in the fact that it's only a demo right now. Like, it's only the first portion of what is meant to be a bigger game, yeah. So I think if and when that actually gets fully put together and released, it's going to be easily better than Undertale. Hopefully. Unless, like, Toby does something really fucking stupid.
Yeah. I think it's pretty simple, in my opinion, what Deltarune is, and that is that it's Undertale, but better, but there is less of it.
Yeah.
I
guess
think
it's like a way
I
to say
think
it.
the thing I like the most about Deltarune is just how much more polished it is. Like,
Oh my goodness,
I
yeah.
feel like from just from like you can tell that there was I'm not gonna say more work, but the work
there
put
is,
into the
definitely.
presentation. But like the work put into the presentation was very efficient and it works very well. There isn't really much in the game that I don't like. One thing I am really happy that Toby did is he sort of he didn't really, because one of the things that made Undertale so great when it first came out is there was so much meta stuff that you didn't really see in games at all. And I'm glad that Toby didn't, again, sort of try to lean on that for the sequel. There's not too much meta stuff in Deltarune. And if there was, or if there would have been, I felt like it wouldn't have worked as well. So I'm glad, he seemed to understand that was part of his game that worked really well in Undertale and probably wouldn't in Deltarune.
Yeah.
And also, I think the characters are like just as endearing in less time. So like again, the writing I think is a bit more, I guess efficient is the right word. Anyway, yeah, I really like it. I think it's quite well done.
Yeah. The thing is, Toby took, what was it? He took 6 months to make Undertale, right? And then he took about
6 months?
Yeah, 6 months, and then 2 to 3 years
Really?
to make 2 to 3 years to make Deltarune.
Yeah, I think that shows definitely.
Because
I'm-
have you seen the series of tweets or like the posts that's all the tweets
I have,
combined
yeah.
from Toby? Talking about how going forward, how long it's taken him to make Deltarune.
Let's
and how he'll
let's
probably
hear,
need
like,
to make a team.
Well, I
Let's hear
want to
Alpha's
clarify
take, Joe.
something. You said he made Undertale in like 6 months, which that's just not true at all. He made the demo to Undertale, which is essentially just the ruins in 6 months. Basically, the first chapter of Undertale was done in 6 months, whereas the first chapter of
That's what he's talking about mainly.
just wanted to clarify.
Anyway,
I
let's-
didn't assume that he didn't make the entirety of Undertale in 6 months.
Let's hear Alpha's take on Deltarune.
Alright.
Before we go further, let's take Alpha's take.
So here's my thoughts on the Deltarune. So I guess it was October 31st, Halloween for me, when I basically when it came out. And everyone on the Cool and New Music team was riled up about it, some new content. I checked it out, I played it, and you know what? It was very enjoyable. I had a lot of fun. There are a lot of elements that Toby took from Undertale and put into Deltarune. But overall, it kind of felt like a different experience, something like new. It's kind of, to me, it kind of felt like playing Undertale for the first time.
Yeah,
And,
I also think. Yeah, sorry to steal the show, but I also think I really like that he decided to do this instead of just doing a straight up sequel.
Yeah.
I think the whole spoilers, by the way, the whole like alternate universe thing. Even though you hear that and you're like you sort of laugh at it a bit, I do think it works a lot better than just a straight sequel would have.
And I feel like that the main thing that hammers that point home about the alternate universe is the Undyne conversation you get just around the end where you go Alphys and she says Alphys, who's Alphys? I think that's really
and also,
the big.
I think
there.
Sans befriending your mother is also sort of because I'm crying and shaking. Sans would never do this.
So I'm trying to shake. Oh, I love that. There's that great video called Sans Says Dick.
What is this? I've not heard about this.
It's just called Sans Says Dick. And it's just.
And is it just Sans saying dick?
It's just a picture of Sans Undertale from the video game Undertale, and some Russian boy saying dick, and then it's there's the Windows Movie Maker point where it's Windows Movie Maker. I'm literally crying and shaking. Sans would never do this.
That's magical.
It's pretty good.
You know what? I just imagine Goom, like whenever he's like in a tough situation, he doesn't know what to do. He kind of just thinks, what would Sans Undertale do?
Yeah, absolutely. Sans Undertale is a role model of mine. I was down on my luck. I was, this was like 2015, so I guess I was like, I just hate being in primary school. And then Sans Undertale really lifted me up beyond that. And
you were in primary school during the release of Undertale?
Yeah, dude, 2015. I was in year 6.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. I'm a small child.
Undertale came out a long time ago, and yes, you are a small child.
Did.
Yeah,
both of those things are true.
He's the youngest one on this podcast.
Definitely.
All right, so the rest of my review of Deltarune.
Oh, sorry.
I really like how Toby. Tried to do something new, like a new story, and it was very. I liked it. It was a good story. I like the characters. I'm kind of glad, that Toby that's getting a lot of attention because it genuinely is a pretty good game, the attention that Undertale got gives this little project that Toby is now working on attention too, and the praise it deserves.
Yeah, honestly, I think out of all of the big, just random hit indie games of the past few years, I think Undertale is definitely the most deserving of all the attention it got. Especially since he's now doing stuff like Deltarune.
So I actually want to comment on that a little bit. When I first played Undertale back when it came out, I would say while I enjoyed the game, I would have definitely disagreed with your assessment. I feel like despite it being a good game, I felt like it was still really overhyped. But after Deltarune came out and I played through that, it kind of reinvigorated my appreciation for Undertale, and I actually went back and replayed Undertale after that.
Yeah, I think one of the things, and this is unfortunately going to be a link in the description thing, I apologize in advance, but one of the things that has helped me really sort of appreciate Undertale a bit more is there's this amazing video game analysis channel called Joseph Anderson. He's an absolute legend. Check him out. And he did a blind stream of Undertale, earlier this year. Somehow it was blind. And it was just seeing, a completely fresh take just sort of reminded me of how great especially some of the meta moments in that game are. A lot of the stuff that's in there just sort of, hasn't... I'm not going to say ever, but it's very rare to see those kind of, Like, for example, one of the best things to watch when they were watching it on Twitch was at the end of the Genocide run, when Flowey, like, is like, you know, I bet there are a bunch of, you know, sickos watching this right now who didn't have the, you know, guts to go through with it. Stuff like that is just, you know, or at least from what I've seen, that's pretty unique to Undertale. And I think that's a lot of the reason why it's sort of deserving of its success, because it's just sort of really, it's really smart. So it's a real smart for smart gamers only. Yeah, no, that's, I think, you know, why I've sort of come around a bit on Undertale.
High IQ video games.
Yeah, high IQ video games for
I remember your
for big brain boys.
Your extreme Undertale cycle. Of
Oh yeah,
going
no,
from,
I went from like really liking it to loving it to like hating it to being sort of okay with it and then to liking it again.
Yeah,
and I honestly couldn't tell you why that happened.
Yeah, it was okay.
just
So
sort of did.
the official cycle was Undertale is an okay game. Undertale's the best game ever made. Undertale's a sort of a right game. Undertale's kind of an okay game. Undertale's a bad game. Undertale isn't even a video game. Undertale isn't real.
Reminds me of that one episode of Conscience House.
That was how it went.
Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Sorry, what?
The episode of Conscience House where.
Oh yeah, that was. I really relate to Gino in that episode.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just kind of me.
Undertale is a shitty game.
Game theory. Goom is Gino.
Oh no, you could never know my
secrets. Have the j sound. No wait, fuck. No, Goom doesn't have the j. Joom. Joom
for Junie. Speaking of games, we're into games now. Have you fellas played any neat games recently that you'd like to talk about? Maybe talk about why they're good. Maybe talk about why they're bad.
I'm glad you asked that question. There's this very good game. It's called Sven Co-op. It's a multiplayer mod of Half-Life. It's kind of...
Oh my goodness.
To start off, it's kind of like a Gmod, but based off of the engine that Half-Life 1 was made from instead of the one that Half-Life 2 was made on.
Yeah.
So there actually is a lot more freedom in the creation in that. It's like pretty much all of it is community maps. Like, you never know what you're gonna get. It's gonna be fun. Anime memes, furries, but it's all wholesome and fun. Like, I genuinely enjoy playing it, and the feeling of playing Half-Life for the first time, just over and over again, with playing Sven Co-op, it's just magical. I really, really do recommend that anybody watching who enjoys playing Half-Life, just go check that out.
I might check that out. One of my friends I just saw, like just before I started the podcast, I saw him go on and say he's now playing Sven Co-op, and I was wondering what that was.
Well,
no, that sounds
pretty good, except for the furries part.
Did I miss something? Did I miss the furries part?
Yeah, apparently there's furries on.
Did I send you that video of me memeing on Sven Co-op like a week ago with like furry stuff?
No, not to me. Not to me. I wish you did. Why didn't you? Yeah, first of all,
that sounds very
not
vaguely familiar.
Hey, Hats, why did you abandon me when I was up until like 2 a.m. waiting for you?
Yeah,
I was actually very busy that day.
Podcast backstory. We tried to record this one last week, but it didn't go well. It didn't go to plan at all.
It didn't go too well. It was, yeah, no, I don't recall particularly what it was, unless I can what it was, but
what was that?
That was me playing a video game and running into somebody and gonna get killed. But I was actually very busy that day because I had like 50 things to do. And then I saw you.
Then why do you say I'm leaving? Goodbye. You just were like a huge asshole about it.
Was I?
Yes, you were.
I did say I have to leave now because I did have to leave now. Then
you're like, lol, bye.
And I did see you several times in the chat. I've been up till 2 a.m. and I said, "Ah, oh, damn it." It was
Damn it.
It was either a concert. It was either a concert or I was. I was actually very busy that day because I had like 50 things to do. And then I saw you.
Please play.
I did say. I did say I have to leave now because I did have to leave now. Then it was I can't remember what
It was,
now.
wasn't it your exchange student you had to say bye to?
Oh,
him?
it was. Yeah, it was my
Also,
exchange student.
double hats eyewear. Please play a class that I can actually heal you with, instead of playing spy like a nerd. We're playing
no.
Team Fortress 2 for the viewers.
We're playing. We're playing Team Fortress 2.
Don't taint this podcast
No.
with the
This
TF2.
is a good lead-in. We're playing Team Fortress 2
Oh, hell yeah.
because we tend to speak a little bit better.
Oh my god, yeah.
And our trains of thoughts.
Please tell this story.
Our several trains of thoughts usually go like a bit smoother and in better directions when we're playing video games together.
I have a theory, and I think this extends to everyone, but to more people, some people more than others. I think that if you want to create peak commentary, you have to do it while you're distracted.
Yeah.
Because the
So
part of your brain that creates speech, that's my dog barking, by the way. I don't know if you can hear that or not. The part of your brain that creates speech is being most of its resources are being taken up. So it's just pure creativity and just random shit that you're saying at that point.
yeah, the
story is, DHE, do you want to tell the story or should I?
Yeah, I'll go. No, you go ahead if
Okay.
you want to.
I'll
If you want
do it.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do it like a cooperative storytelling thing. Anyway, we were playing...
Ops. Wait, hold on. Ops, play some background music.
Can we say the? Can we
what
say the?
mood of background music are we talking?
We're stepping it up. Higher budget, higher quality.
Play some
Can we,
funny music.
Can we say the punchline together though?
Oh, absolutely. So we were playing Terraria. This was, I want to say, about 3 years ago. Maybe 2. It was either 2015 or 2016. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We were playing Terraria together. We were fighting each other, as you do in Terraria. And there were we'd been doing it for an hour. So we were sort of out of banter and we were just saying shit that made sort of no sense at all. And I, for whatever reason, just decided that I would just say, and this is the punchline, so get ready. Hey man, say 2 double hats eyewear. Hey man, you got a pretty big dick.
Pretty big dick.
It's even bigger than mine.
And I've got a pretty big dick.
And that is what I said. And he just stopped me and was like, Goom, my good pal Goom, why did you say that? And I was like, double hats eyewear, my friend, I don't know why I just said that. And that was the story.
GoomFloops coming out.
Yeah. No, it was just I just said it. No part of my brain was passing what I was saying. It was just coming out. It's just coming straight out of my mouth. Yeah, that was funny when that happened.
It really does sound like a confession when it's put to that music.
It does. It really does when it's put to that music. But we had a laugh about it, and it was fine. And yeah, I'm not actually sure what the size of Double Hats Eyewear's dick is.
Thanks for sharing that information. That was something that was weighing on my mind.
Also,
Yeah.
thank you for doxing me really hard and telling the world that
sorry.
I have a penis.
Yeah.
Thanks for nothing.
He is in fact a penis person.
Thanks.
Also known as a biological male.
Biological male. Yeah. Although no, technically I'm a biological astral being.
Oh, he is an astral being, but I'm sure you knew that already.
In all technicality, I am inhabiting the decaying corpse
is-
of a biological male. But my usual choice is a middle-aged Japanese woman,
This is true.
which is why I usually don't use my voice in too many things, because I feel like it'd be a bit off-putting.
Yes. Anyway, so next topic. Anyone else have any games they'd like to do a bit of talking about?
Any video games? Yeah.
Any video games? Oh hell yeah! Hang on, someone is knocking at my door. Give me a sec.
Alright, while Goom gets stabbed at his front door, do you wanna talk about your oop.
Funny story. That was not someone knocking at my door. That was actually my dog banging his leg on the ground.
Nice.
So
This is so sad.
I know.
This is so scary. This is so cursed. We
Well,
just
it
get
really
5
does sound like
exorcisms.
someone is knocking on the door when he does that.
See, like, I want to be playing these songs that you're referencing, but I don't know them.
That's okay.
I just do not know them, and it is burning me up inside.
Hey, do you guys know Liquid Negrosity
I
from
do know
Homestuck?
Liquid City.
Liquid City.
Yeah, that's the Sonic version of the song.
Detroit,
Liquid
the
City.
Liquid City.
Detroit, become Detroit. By the way,
The Liquid
Double Hats
City.
Eyewear, I still request for you to stop being a spy and be something I can actually heal.
Really tearing back the veil here.
I am.
You really
There we go, much
kind
better.
of this is
That's cool, dude. I'm sure the viewers
would
don't
this
mind.
count as an immersion breaker?
It
I don't
is,
know.
yeah. That's okay. I
This
won't.
is-
I'm just, he was playing spy and I was playing medic, and I'm like,
You know,
I can't heal you.
we're like at the studio.
Yeah.
We're at the Under the Blanket studio in like LA. And Goom and Hats are just on the computers.
Yeah, we're
in,
just
like,
on the
back,
computer.
and
We're on
kinda
the
just in a
computer
call with
lab.
them.
We're at the computer lab. We're being epic
Yeah, they're in
gamers.
another room. We have to call them.
Yeah.
They're not sitting in the recording.
That's true. Anyway, games. Was there a
Anyway,
conversation I cut off there by accident? I can't remember.
You cut off Ops, I believe.
Sorry, Ops.
I think I cut off Ops, calling him an epic gamer.
I was actually going to, like, check my Steam profile and see what the last game I played was, because I have
Oh,
no
this
idea.
is a fun exercise. Let's all check. Obviously, not counting Team Fortress 2.
Okay, well then the last thing I played was Counter-Strike.
Last
Because I was playing that just before the podcast.
Last thing I played was Hotline Miami, because I was playing that just before the podcast.
Good game.
You were calling me a nerd for playing Hotline Miami. So actually, I don't think you should be the one saying good game right now.
I was calling you a nerd because you were playing video games, not because you were playing Hotline Miami. Thank you very much.
Let's see. Let me list off the games that I've played recently. Okay.
Oh, frick.
Black Mesa, then Sven Co-op, Half-Life Opposing Force, Gary's Mod, SCP Secret Laboratory, Dengang Rompa, Trigger, Happy Havoc, Wallpaper Engine, Postal 2, and like so much Half-Life.
Oh, you play Secret
Yeah,
Laboratory?
you're a real
Yeah,
Valve boy.
I played with my friend. Do you want to join sometime?
Yeah, sometime definitely. Because I have a friend who loves that game, and he's always trying to get me on. He's like, come on, we gotta play, man.
The only thing I hate about that game is that there's no voice toggle, so I can't play guitar on there. So, like,
yeah.
there have been times where I've, like, taken something and tried to, like, pin down my Q key so that, like, I could play shit.
The struggles of an internet guitarist.
Yeah.
Instead, what I decided to do was pick an instrument that I could play with one hand.
So like the bongo? Oh, D&D, you should do that. Oh my god!
It's so good.
Completely legendary.
The Secret Laboratory is pretty good. I only just like it because it's pretty broken in some areas of the game. Just some aspects aren't as polished as they probably could be.
Yeah.
You know, SCP-049-1 is they're the T-boys, T-posing on the.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't get out of the quick menu, and I try to.
Someone's accusing you of cheating. On this tier 2 server, someone just wanted to kick Double Hats Eyewear with accusations of cheating.
No, but whenever I try to play with my friends, there's always some issue. There's always some
Oh
issue.
my god, you've been kicked.
I just got kicked out of a video game for cheating.
What did you do?
Nothing!
No. Here's what you did. You were talking shit about Secret Laboratory.
Someone
and
said,
they heard you.
The game's a pretty perfect game. I don't know what you're gonna do. Alright, we have to abandon.
Yeah, hang on. I'm on the enemy
But
battlements.
whenever I play with my friends, one of my friends is always getting kicked because he can't join properly. But I
Just
think
like
that might
you were
have
just then.
that might have something to do with the fact that his IP address We tried to join his IP address yesterday. It's like 50 characters long, and it's letters and numbers and symbols.
That is magical.
Like his computer is probably previously owned by Iceman at some point. It's scary. He's like blacklisted everywhere.
That's too spooky.
We were talking about how he could possibly somebody could be
Get away
mining
with murder.
could be mining Bitcoin off of his IP address alone. Which,
Oh, Ops died. This is
very sad.
This is very sad.
This is not just so sad. This is extremely sad.
This is quite devastating.
This is so devastating.
Yeah, he muted
Our
himself.
musical companion, our very
Our guitar
Ops is a
lad.
very
Oh, he's back.
crucial, essential part.
He's back.
Oh, he's back!
Woohoo!
This is amazing.
Magical.
That game's
returned.
fun when you can get it to work. You need to have a powerful-ish kind of computer to play it as well. Strong-ish computer. But other than that, like, it's a pretty dang exciting game. It's not exciting just because of the game itself. It's also exciting just because it shows how far the SCP community has come after so long. Like, that's exciting. Despite all the issues with a lot of the community right now, like people like attacking each other all the time and
There's
not a
drama
lot
right now.
it's very unpleasant actually.
Oh, I think Gate Guardian is SCP-001.
Yeah, I am not
I think the Broken God is.
Yeah.
I mean, what about the church? Oh, but what about SCP-1730? The Gate Guardian shows up at the end of that. Oh, but what about the Church of the Broken God? Is it like that?
Dude, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
You're blowing. It sounds like you're blowing into your mic. Does anybody else hear
Am I?
that?
What are you talking about?
Yes, I do.
Oh, is that happening right now?
Sort of.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
That's kind of like, remember when Ops was doing their introduction
yeah.
on like episode 10, and then you
I don't remember that. Is it okay? I'm just gonna tab out and look at Audacity because I don't know why that would be happening.
You either need a better mic or a better voice box.
I mean, it might be something wrong.
Oh,
with...
something really weird is happening with my Audacity right now.
Oh no.
Oh, like when I stay quiet. Hang on, let me just try this.
do not stop recording. Do not delete the recording. I will quit.
I will strangle
Because
you.
I am not recording a backup right now. Because I forgot. So
Okay, could
Goom,
you hear?
I
Could
swear.
you hear anything while I was being quiet there?
No.
Okay, because looking at Audacity, whenever I go quiet, there's like this bar of noise that just gets wider the longer I'm quiet. And it's scary. It looks pretty spooky. I'm a little afraid right now.
oh boy, I can't wait to see what that is when I'm editing the episode.
Just a quick update.
Yeah.
Just
let's
a quick update. Butter Chicken in Team Fortress 2 has stated that Hitler is indeed their favorite person.
Ah, lovely. Oh,
He's
and
now-
I just saw
he's now
something else that
demanding-
he said.
Yeah, he's
was
now
strictly
demanding that
delightful.
we gas the Jews.
All right. Come on, we don't want to get this video demonetized. So
yeah.
keep it.
I need my revenue.
He needs Alpha needs his revenue, so please keep it family friendly, family fun. You know.
That's sick at revenue. Yeah.
But
So-
yes, that's
no,
a
it's back.
delightful lad.
I think I
There
may
we
have
are.
just heard it again.
Ah yes. Anyway, as you
Change
were,
your mic sensitivity.
yeah, you're still hearing a weird blowing noise.
No.
Not anymore.
That's good. Okay. Hopefully that is not a problem. So, any other video game related things you guys want to talk about, or shall we think of?
Ops, as an epic gamer, I think you should discuss your epic games.
The last game
Would you play?
so I checked on Steam. The last game that I played was technically Party Hard, but I'm more open that the game wouldn't work with my controller, and then I closed it. The last game I actually played on Steam was Undertale.
Epic.
Nice.
How topical.
How relevant. How new.
Very.
Something.
Buy it.
Buy it.
Buy it. Hey guys, you want to hear my cover of Bleep?
Yes.
Of what?
Bleep. Bleep by Tobias
Ah.
Fox. Do you know Bleep?
My favorite. Legend.
Hmm.
What an absolute legend, this man.
So,
Toby Fox.
double girl glasses wear, as your name is right now. Do you have any games you want to talk
We
about?
actually have. Hold on. We haven't mentioned Glasses Girls this whole
Oh, yeah,
episode. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't really.
Somebody explain the Glasses Girl thing.
Well, I can't explain it because I don't really know what it is.
Well, you know what happened in episode 10.
So I don't remember that. Can you give us a recap,
Alright.
Alpha? Because I actually like.
Alright, I'm trying to concentrate on this speed run. I'm coming up to this hard part.
That's
So,
cool.
you know what? Fine. I don't really care about this speed run. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it haphazardly. So, let's see. On episode 10, well, DHE was like, he is obsessed with Glasses Girl.
But it's just not.
So
Oh, yeah.
we were just clowning on him the whole time. We called everyone with glasses. Wait, is explaining the meme gonna kill it?
Possibly.
Okay, never mind. I'm cutting that out.
Alright. No.
We're just gonna show what the meme is.
Mm.
So you know, Ops is a glasses girl. Goom is a glasses girl. DHE is a glasses girl.
Not
DHE
a
is not a
glasses
glasses girl.
I am 100% not a blind woman. Thank you very much, though.
She is not a blind
Eyewear.
woman.
Like what?
No, that's not real.
That's not real.
That's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
It's only on Discord. Only on Discord.
Anyway.
Originally my name, it used to be Twice Hats Eyewear. That's on Reddit.
It did. And that was much
That's-
worse than what it is now, I gotta say to you.
THE is not actually as good as DHE, I have to admit.
Well, no, it would have been THE, and that's yucky.
Exactly, THE is not anywhere as good as DHE.
I
That's
know,
what
it's
said.
true. Anyway, oh, I thought you were just saying
Be DDE.
DDE. Double dance
double
revelation.
Double dick eyewear.
That sounds lovely. Isn't that like a thing from like an anime or something where it's like dick glasses that are like, they have dicks in them and they're glasses? I seem to remember that.
Well.
Can't say I've heard that one before, Goom. Not gonna lie to you.
Alright. I guess it's not a thing. Whatever.
You little.
Alright, I got a very good topic which could potentially backfire very badly.
Yep.
But I
Okay.
don't really care. Let's talk about romance and romantic experiences. No name mentioning.
Alright.
You use fake names.
Alright.
Alright, so
Gamers.
one time I was in a steady relationship with somebody, let's just call them, Flume Goops.
Oh, absolutely.
And. Oh, absolutely. It was, it was steady for about. So it was for steady several years. Several years.
Several
steady.
years.
Several years. But eventually, I guess we just drifted apart.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Ah, this is so sad. Can we get 2 claps?
Some nice. Oh,
For
the
like-
guitar claps are magical.
Guitar claps.
I love guitar claps.
Now, Goom.
Yes.
Tell us about your romantic failure, which you told me about.
Romantic failure.
Well,
That's
it's
like
not really a
GoomFloops and his-
failure.
That's the GoomFloops and his romantic failures.
Yeah. Look,
Why did
everyone
I
just
phrase it
bully
like
me.
that?
No, it was there was a
Sorry, I didn't mean to phrase it that.
there was a time where there was someone and I'm like, hey, they're pretty cool. I like them. You know, maybe there's a bit of a romantic element to that. I'm not really sure. And then you know, I just sort of didn't talk to them for a while, and then it stopped being a thing. And that's the story of my romantic failure.
That is a very good podcast story.
I know. It's a great one.
Yes. Hey, do you want me to explain the entirety of WSH now?
Not
All right,
really.
let's go.
Not
Sorry.
particularly.
How...
You know what? Let's
About-
let Ops go.
Yeah, Ops, do you
Ops,
have any
tell us about the romance.
exposés on yourself?
I mean, I can tell you about the lack thereof.
Okay, that might make for
Ooh.
like an interesting subversion of expectations for the listeners.
You mean like The Last Jedi?
What?
What? Wait, what?
The Last Jedi subverted expectations.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Please.
Do it in a song. Can you put it in a song?
I absolutely cannot.
Oh.
Do some like romantic, some upbeat stuff. You explain the year was 1987. I don't fucking know. It was a different time.
I was 11. Oh, let's make a song. Okay, the year was 1987.
Wait.
It was a different time. I was 11.
we kind of need a melody before the lyrics.
Nah, melody is
Oh
for
my
nerds.
god, I just did like
Melodies.
I just did like one of the coolest skips in Black Mesa.
If you want to be
I'm
a
very
real
glad that I did it, and
singer,
I feel like I need to share that.
if you want to be a real singer, the real way to do it is to you know how they always talk about like notes and keys and scales. Don't bother with any of that. Just sing the same note for the whole song, constantly. Anyway,
You'll
that's
be
my
a pop
advice.
star.
You'll
be a pop
That's
star
how
if
you
you
make
do
it
that.
big.
Look what you made me do.
Yeah. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what. Yeah. That's not topical at all. Disgusting. That's like from last year.
Despacito.
Oh yeah. Do you guys want to talk about Despacito?
Why would we didn't even You know what?
Oh, yeah,
I
sorry.
need to explain my romance.
We're passed by Ops.
Shit.
Ops, do you wish to be
Hey,
passed by?
wait a
or
second,
not?
wait
I
a
mean,
second.
I literally have
need-
nothing to say on the subject
Okay,
as the
fair
issue.
enough.
I mean, the most experience I have with that would be playing Honey Pop.
Oh, sick, dude! My most experience is
Oh,
playing.
yeah.
My most experience is
can
playing
we-
Deep Space Waifu.
Oh yeah. Can you
Hell
talk
yeah,
about
we
Double Hats Eyewear buying Deep Space Waifu with his own money?
No king shame, please.
Disgusting.
No king shame,
Oh
please.
my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! You. Oh my god! I'm playing Black Mesa. I just used a grenade hop to skip an entire chapter. Oh my god! This is the coolest thing, and it was like my third try on that grenade hop. I usually take like a lot of tries, and I just did it. Oh my god! I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy. Oh, that actually sounds pretty nice, Ops. You know what? I'm going to explain the romantic tragedy, which is known as AlphaShire's romantic tragedy.
Do I need to play
and
some sad
nothing
music
else.
for this?
Nothing else. Yep, I'm only gonna explain the first half because the second half gets kind of out of hand and it gets a bit too complex. And also, Goom is telling me to write it into a book, so I'm like,
I'm not telling you to write it into a book. You were doing it already.
oh, fair enough. Alright. Ops, put on some very romantic, play something very
Oh,
romantic.
give me a moment.
You looking up tabs? Oh yes!
Alright. It was a cold December night. The night was. I was.
My bad. I'm gonna stop that right now for your sake and mine.
Alright. I was in. So, you see. I'm actually going through with this. Wow, okay. No.
I hope it does.
I'm really doing it. I'm explaining to the audience.
You don't have to if you don't
I'm
want to.
not gonna say it.
You don't have to
But-
do this, you know.
Yeah,
We can
no.
go on.
We could change the subject.
We can go on
It's
with our
cool.
lives.
Nah. I want to. I love
Alright.
talking about. That's what I do. So, it was a December night. I was like, I went down. Shit, I shouldn't mention
Yeah.
like how specific. All right. I asked some. Oh boy, I can't wait to like dig through this podcast looking for this specific part so I can censor stuff. I'm sorry, Ops, that you don't understand what I'm talking about. I really am.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, so yeah. So I just like went. Alright, so let me restart. I'm probably gonna censor everything previously. Okay. It was I want some gone to some like romance shit. It was good. It was great. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I went to some trusted people to ask for some romantic advice. My very Alright, so I went and asked, and turns out they were already dating someone else. Oh snap. Now it turns out the person I lied about was— wait, I just realized what I'm doing is actually explaining in pod.
You sure
What am I
are
doing?
doing that.
What am I doing?
We cut that part. We can cut that part.
Yes, I will cut that part because I
Okay, gamers.
just the concept of actually doing that, like legitimately, like not for me, but yes for me, but actually doing it.
Okay, gamers. Let's talk about
Shady bitches.
something else.
Shady bitches.
Do you guys have
I
any
want to make a
ideas on what
song.
we could talk about?
I want to make a
for this
song
podcast?
that's just like the main lyrics are shitty bitches.
Dude, let's talk about music.
and it kind
I
of goes
can
like
do the
you guys
backing
like-
track.
bitches.
Do you guys like music? I like music.
I like music.
I like
In case you weren't
music.
aware.
Yeah. What kind of music do you guys like? Do you listen to you like Hot Dad? Hot Dad's a pretty cool guy.
Hot dad.
Yeah.
You mean? Are you talking about John Egbert?
Come on, let's have like we'll all talk about like music we like. Who wants to start?
I'll start because I want to talk about it before I lose my train of thought when DHE starts talking about like fucking freaking K-pop or whatever.
You would like that.
He would
actually,
start talking
DHE.
about like John J. Renz is the very best musician. He's way better than this Bowen guy. Who's Bowen?
Michael
Like,
Bowen.
This Michael Bowen.
Michelle Bowen.
What? Michelle O'Bowen.
Okay, so tell
Bowen.
us about the music that you enjoy. About the music.
I
you
guess
like to
I
listen
like. Okay, I'm gonna explain the music I like. It's I guess video game kind of music. Could also be vaporwave. Lo-fi vaporwave. Show tunes like 80s music or like whatever music that I listen to that I enjoy. I don't know.
to. Okay.
Like right now I'm gonna check like what music I've been listening to because I have no idea. I've listened to a bit of Jack Stober.
Jack Stober.
He's Benny Worm.
Blam blam.
He's Benny Worm. He's
Benny
Benny Worm.
Did you see Goom, did you watch
Benny
that?
Worm.
Did you watch that extended I sent you by the way?
I did watch extended live Benny Worm and I was very impressed.
Send me that. Why didn't you send me that?
I didn't know you
sorry,
were
I
in.
forgot.
I didn't know you were into Benny Worm. The only person I know who's really into Benny Worm
I'm
is
extremely
I
into Benjamin
drew
Worm.
Benny Worm and sent it to Goom, and Goom didn't say anything.
Well, because what do you say to like improve on Benny Worm? Anyway,
I made like a JoJo.
double.
Then you were very strong, very menacing.
Yeah, double hats. Eyewear. Would you like to talk about music? What kind of music you like?
What kind of music I like?
Yeah, what kind of music do you like?
He likes John J. Renz and John J. Renz alone. Definitely not romantically.
I too have an affinity for some amounts of vaporwave. I'm doing the I recently found the album Plantasia, and I really like that. I like a lot of easy listening kind of stuff as of late, just because I'm usually listening to music while I do other stuff.
Also let's do like an album recommendation too. I recommend Pop Food by Jack Stober. You might know him from being the creator of Benny Worm, but Pop Food is really just a great album. If you like
Pop Food, Pop Food definitely. Pop Food's one of the albums I haven't actually gotten sick of for a while. Just because
Pop Food is
I listened to a lot of albums over and over again while I walked around, or while I used to walk around a lot for my job.
Same.
But Pop Food I haven't gotten sick of yet, despite having listened to it over and over for quite a few times.
Okay,
Yeah.
and double hats. Eyewear. What's an album you would recommend if you had to recommend an album?
Well, besides Pop Food, I would definitely recommend. Wait a minute, let me just go to my. Let me just. Well, considering this is a nearly a Homestuck based podcast, not quite, but it nearly is. I really enjoy songs for a Doom Timeline and songs for Sad Trolls. That artist, Femi C, is really talented, in my opinion.
All right.
Oh yeah, let's link all. I'm gonna link all of these album recommendations.
Music.
Yeah,
The one with the guitar.
Femi C is a very talented artist, in my opinion. Just
Goom,
for singing.
Yes.
Goom, I swear, if you... Fuck, I forgot. Goom, I swear, if you recommend Electronic Daydreams,
I will not recommend
come to Australia,
Electronic Daydreams
and I will...
by Michael Bowman, although that album is
I
very
will put
good.
an emu in your house.
Okay. Ops, you're the one with the guitar. You probably have the expertise with music. What have you been listening to? What do you like? What do you hate? What would you recommend?
Well, oh god, this is such a hard question because there's a lot of shit I really like. I've been listening to.
That's good. That's more material for the podcast.
Oh man, it's hard to focus on anything in particular. I've been really into thrash metal. If anyone knows any thrash metal and has been watching this, they've probably heard me play a shitload of Metallica songs and Megadeth songs. So I'm sure that's pretty evident to those people. But yeah, listen to a bunch of that. Oh god, there's so much different stuff I listen to for different moods. I'm trying to think. Album recommendation. I would probably have. Well, I really want to say some of the best Metallica or Megadeth albums, but those also seem like the obvious choices. But I suppose if that's not something you're super familiar with, listen to Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth.
Hey.
Alright, I'll check that out because I like the music you're playing, and if it's anything like that, then I'd definitely be interested.
I will go next if that's okay.
Alright, be careful not to accidentally talk about DHE's dick again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sort of like that guy when it comes to music. I'm a bit of a minor snob, and that is probably no more evident than in the fact that my two favorite bands are Radiohead and Modest Mouse. So I am kind of that guy. When it comes to music, I really like. Is that fucking Creep? Stop playing Creep.
It's so loud. I can't hear what you're saying.
Creep sucks.
Lewis.
Okay. Pablo Honey was the worst album, and you know it, and everyone knows it. It's just true. No.
Literally the only Radiohead song I know and like.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Radiohead a lot. I think Radiohead's really good. I also like Modest Mouse. You might like their mops. They're not exactly anywhere near thrash metal, but there's some pretty intense, pretty abrasive songs that they've made that are quite good. Yeah, generally, I like a lot of 90s stuff. 1997, best year in music in my opinion. In terms of like stuff that's a bit more topical, a bit more related to the listeners. I like, in terms of like cool new music, Team Music. Volume 7 is the best album, and also I like Michael Bowman's Electric Daydreams, one of those two.
Goom, what did I tell you?
Listen
Well,
to any Cage the Elephant?
I have, and I quite like them, and they're on my list of bands to get into, but I haven't gotten into them yet.
Everybody, listen to Daft Punk.
Anyway,
It is
so if I had
awesome.
to recommend an album to you viewers, it would be Radiohead's OK Computer. Because in my opinion, if you have to listen to any album, that should be the album that you listen to.
Have you seen Jay Schlatt's analysis series on that?
I've seen a lot of analysis series on that. I don't know if I've seen... who was it? Jay Schlatt?
Jay Schlatt is a beautiful man. I love him.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I think
Jay Schlatt
I may have.
Jay Schlatt has made a lot of like really popular. Like he made the video which you may have seen, a tribute to Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
He made that video, and I don't mean to be a snob or anything, but I knew about it before it was cool. No, yeah, definitely Jay Schlatt's a cool guy, and he's made like an analysis series on OK Computer.
Yeah.
And it's good. And it's good.
OK Computer, it's a big masterpiece, and you should listen to it.
Big masterpiece. That's his tagline.
Yeah. That's how I would describe it. Also, I'm just gonna
Alright.
recommend two because I can. I also recommend, probably Lonesome Crowded West by Modest Mouse. That's probably.
Sorry to interject again, but I just did another huge skip on a Black Mesa, and it was only my second try, so I'm so proud of myself because I couldn't even get this one before.
I'm proud of you, Alpha.
That's
I'm
good.
like halfway through the game already.
Son, I'm proud of you.
I started playing like half an hour through the podcast, so I guess like halfway. I'm making pretty good time.
That's good. Have you got a splits open? How are you doing? Like in accordance with your PB, or are you not really counting?
I just speedrun Half-Life games for fun. I don't
That's
think
cool.
I've ever counted.
Okay.
to be
That's
honest.
cool, dude. You should try. It's actually.
Just doing those skips, it's so fun. It's so cool. You feel cool
Yeah.
when you do those crazy skips.
I agree. I would softly encourage you, like get a good auto splitter and
Oh, oh god, I loaded, and
also,
it was like
Double Hats
before
Eyewear,
that skip.
Why is the TF2 server we're in? Why does it say it's hosted in Virginia?
We're not
Can
going
we
there
talk
anymore.
about that? Okay,
We're out
not
of there.
going there.
We're out of there.
We're out of
Oh
the
my god, I did the skip again.
West Virginian. Take me
but yeah,
home.
I just remembered. Not a casual. Just whatever. Doesn't matter. I just remembered that I found a song that I did like, and I would actually like to. That I think deserves more attention. It's that because I have been rewatching. Not rewatching, just watching the entirety of Adventure Time as of late. Because I haven't
That
caught up on it.
seems like a big commitment. It's a very long
I haven't-
show.
Dude.
It's gone on.
Hang on, there's something important that you need to know
Oh frick!
that
Yeah.
I will send to you because I don't want to dox our friend on the podcast.
But yeah, there's a song that I heard from it recently that I remember, but I never really paid too much attention to it. It's Real Power. I like that song. Do you want it? Oh, frick me. Oh, frick me. Yeah. Let's Goom sent me something very exciting and cool, and you'll never know what it
Yeah.
is. Suck me.
One of our,
Um,
I'll tell them. One of my
the
friends
worst.
is, on what is soon to be, the school holidays, time off for us. One of my good friends is, hosting a Adventure Time marathon. And I was just saying, Double Hats Eyewear, he should come to this marathon.
and I think I will, because I would definitely enjoy that. I would definitely love that, with all of my heart. But yeah, the song, if any of you know it, if any of us know it, it's Real Power. It's in the episode The Great Birdman. Do any of you guys remember that? Does anybody remember the Great Birdman episode?
I do not remember the Great Birdman episode, I'm sorry.
I haven't watched Adventure Time for a while.
It's Sergiok and he's
no.
reformed and he's all nice and cool and he's blind. The song is Real Power, and it's the one where they're all flying up in the sunset on the bird, and it's
With
Yeah.
the blind guy?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. It's the one where it's far, far above, time standing still. It's really good. But there's like, the only rendition of it is the one in the video, in like the actual episode. Nobody's ever done anything outside of that. And that's disappointing because that's actually, sounds good. Like the song itself
John J.
sounds good.
Renz, if you're listening to it, do a cover on it.
John J. Renz, if you're
Do
listening to
a
this,
cover upon it.
John J. Renz, if you're listening to this, you're a very handsome man. I love you.
Yeah, I also love you, John J. Rand.
Ping John J. Renz, tell him about the dick comment.
About the what?
Say the dick comment to John J. Renz.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna ping him. I'm not gonna ping John J. Renz and tell him how humongous his genitalia are.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any like stories they want to tell? Because
Oh, frick.
that would be cool.
Not really.
Not really.
Not really. Ugh. No story, lads.
I'm looking through like the pictures on my phone, so
Goom.
then I could think of one.
Goom, I forgot. How do I switch teams?
Double Hats Eyewear. How long
How do I
have you
switch
been
teams?
playing TF2?
How do I switch teams?
wait-
How do I switch teams?
You have to wait for
Press
auto balance
period.
to take you into the realm of the
can I
other
just-
team.
No, can I just switch?
No, you can't do that on casual.
What?
You idiot.
Hey.
Have you ever played this game before?
This is Team Fortress 2. People make jokes about it having hats. I thought that was you, Ops, making that joke, but no, it's somebody on the game. Somebody in the game was just screaming "Medic" over and over again.
It kind of fit the song you were playing. It was weird.
Yeah, it kind of did. He said on the beats.
That was a spooky moment for us. Top 10
Please make
spookiest moments.
Yeah, please make a playlist of the top 10 spookiest moments in the Under the Blanket podcast.
Yeah. I think number one has got to be when we called it the Under the Tail podcast.
That was very scary, actually.
That was very scary. I was scared by
I had
that.
to leave momentarily. It was,
On the subject of Undertale, do you guys want to talk about Homestuck?
No.
Classic.
Classic. Well, me neither. So, good to hear we're all on the same page.
Undertale is under gay.
That's true. Very true, Kanye.
Very true statement.
Thank you, Kanye. Very true.
Yeah, teams of third balancing.
Have you been auto-balanced?
No, I haven't. I
Oh.
wish I was. Yeah, no. Homestuck is good,
Yeah,
that's
Homestuck is
just-
good.
but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think, Vrasky is my favorite character. Vraskyshire sauce maybe the best one in Homestuck.
Yeah.
Just like perhaps.
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 Perhaps. No, I definitely enjoy Homestuck. I definitely enjoy Undertale. It's a very good wizard. It's been a while. I'm glad that it's now. It's fun enough. It's now socially acceptable to like Undertale again.
Yeah.
Because Deltarune came out.
Yeah, and Deltarune. Deltarune is the Dark Souls of Undertale.
It's
Okay, how do you guys feel about Dark Souls?
I've never played a
slick
single Dark
transition.
Souls or Bloodborne game in my entire life.
What about others on this podcast other than you?
I played a little bit of the beginning of Dark Souls 3, and I was like, the control scheme feels awful, and I'm so unfamiliar with it, I don't want to keep playing this right now. Not that I think it's a bad game necessarily, but it's just, none of my developed skills for any other game translate to it, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's fair enough. I played
Dark Souls is a shitty game.
I played Dark Souls 4,
The graphics-
Return of Jafar, and the graphics were
Yeah.
so good. No, I
Graphics
played
look they were drawn by a 4-year-old. If that
with the talent
of Pablo Picasso in his prime.
Picasso in his
Which
prime.
is what I would have said if I actually liked the graphics, which I do.
Which I do
not.
Yeah, no. I think my thing with Dark Souls is, I think most of the games I played that are like inspired by Dark Souls, I prefer them to Dark Souls.
I
think it's
enjoy
in-
Dead Cells.
Oh yeah, I have not played Dead Cells, but it's on my wish list. It's on like the bottom of my wish list, because the top of my wish list is just full of Metroidvanias, because I love Metroidvanias.
I feel
but
that, except for I never play Metroidvanias, but I really like them.
My friend, have you played Hollow Knight?
I was gonna
Don't
make a
laugh.
joke about how bad Hollow Knight is.
Don't laugh. Ops, have you played Hollow Knight? Because it is. You have
If you're listening to this podcast live on the internet,
Yeah.
Hollow Knight is not a good video game.
No,
Just straight up,
this
it's
guy
not a
is
good-
wrong.
It's a bad video game that
This guy
few
right
people
here.
few people should ever play in their lives because it's just
he's wrong.
okay. Let me go through the
Hollow
list
Knight
of
is
issues.
great.
It's not fun. It's homosexual. It is homosex. Other than that, I have nothing else to say about the game.
Well, have you started a Facebook page called Christian Mums Against Hollow Knight?
What is going on? Like, I just spaced out for like 10 minutes.
Oh, we're talking about
know what's
Hollow Knight
happening
now. I was recommending it to Ops because it's a beautiful Metroidvania.
You know what? I'm just gonna completely destroy where this is. I don't want to know where this is going. I'm just gonna tell a story of how I developed a relationship with a friend of mine's sister.
Oh dear. Okay.
All right. So, what day was it? It was like
It was Tuesday.
several.
It was Wednesday,
It actually was Tuesday.
and the sun was garbage.
All right, it was Tuesday. It was last Tuesday. And I was just, hanging out on VC with like some friends, and one of my friends was playing this. It wasn't a piano. It was like a weird keyboard that was very small, and then his sister was yelling. His sister was like yelling into the mic.
And it was the sexiest yelling I've ever seen.
Shut the And it turns out they found a cat in their backyard which had a stiff leg and just fell down. It was I don't know. It's Texas. So I'm not very well versed in Texas. So, we're hanging out. The fuck happened? Hold on. So his sister wants to join in. So then she joins the server that we were on, and God, what is this story? I'm so bad telling stories. I just freaking DM her like this thing. It's a very high quality drawing. I'm not gonna say anything about it. And then she sent me just some NSFW, some very gay NSFW, and I just sent that cat in a wheelchair gif and said, "This is the
the cat falling out of the
this
wheelchair.
this will make you fail no nut 100%."
All cultured people will know what that cat is.
Cat in the wheelchair.
Yeah, because they had a cat. They found a cat that kept falling over, so this was. And then I just kept sending her memes until she finally gave in, and then we just started talking. And that is how I met your sister.
Wow, my sister? Like my sister though. See, that's really weird because I don't have a sister. I don't know how you manage that.
GoomFloops does not have a sister.
I'm an only child.
Second to his dog.
Yeah, I'm on the bottom of the pecking order in my house. My dog, I eat like the scraps from my dog. It's true. When it's food time. I'm seeing... That's not actually true. I'm seeing an image in the top of my screen right now. I'm playing Team Fortress 2. I have the Discord overlay on. And it says AlphaShire uploaded Canoptan Rule 34.png. And I am not...
It's the upskirt image. It's the upskirt image.
What? Hang on.
Upskirt image
is that supposed to make me feel less horrified about this?
Remember when I drew a happy face on it? Now that was something.
Well, I don't know about you, but I haven't seen any upskirt images of Canoptan.
You freaking lie.
I guess if you... Okay, Rate My Duck sounds great. Hang on, let me just... That's really good. That's a really good image. I like that. Can I add like a little just a yeah.
Oh no, this is becoming like image spam.
Yeah.
And we're not.
Well, we've had
that.
like a good hour of non-image spam content, so.
Yeah, but I don't want to ruin this premiere. Like,
All right.
I want to give a good impression to the new viewers.
Well, okay. What else should we talk about? We talked about music. I think we also talked about some other things. Games.
Goom, tell us about your stories with emus.
What was my story with emus?
Like when you encountered an emu.
Oh, yeah.
And then it ran towards you.
Wait, hang on. What?
Wait a minute.
Did you just say when I encountered an emu at an orgy? Because I can
No.
assure you that did not happen.
I was gonna make a joke about like GoomFloops waking up in a room filled with emus.
Yeah.
Tell us about the emu story.
I don't remember which one. What one? You'll have to refresh my memory. I don't remember an emu story.
You know, Hats was there. There was an emu.
What?
You don't.
I'm sorry, I can't remember the story.
You're making this up. Yeah,
Yes, I am making this up.
I do remember that though. I do remember you.
Were you trying to like bait me into making up a story about emus? Because I can make up a story about emus.
Don't make up a story.
Okay.
We don't lie on this podcast.
This is a no lying podcast.
This is no lying, no swear podcast. Yeah. We go to bed on time.
We go to church every Sunday.
Yes.
We don't play sinful games like Undertale or Deltarune. This is a good boy podcast.
This is a good boy podcast.
Yes, that's why there are lewds being spammed at all times.
Yeah, there are a few nudes in the Discord chat right now.
Nudes, not nudes.
A few
Lewds, nudes, same difference really.
Not really.
Well, whatever.
Not really.
They are lewds. They're not nudes. I forgot that there was a difference between the two things, because I am actually playing TF2 at the moment.
Yeah.
Ops, tell us the story.
No pressure.
I already told like 2 or 3. I'm all worn out.
You take a mortal man. Oh, I can't sing.
Oh, damn it!
Today I learned. I'm trying to think of something compelling to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm working on a visual novel.
Ooh, tell us about that.
That's extremely
sounds cool.
compelling. Why have you not talked about that?
I'm compelled.
Yeah, I am super compelled right
Yep.
now.
So, I haven't really talked about it because it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's probably, well, first of all, not particularly relevant to anything that we were discussing prior, but also, like, it's in such an early state that it's like, it's one of those projects that could be like, yeah, I'm totally doing this, but then, like, a week or two from now, it's just going to be completely dead in the water. Though I don't think it'll be, but it's feasible.
Still, I'm interested. I'm interested about your thing. So tell us about your thing.
It's like a story about a bunch of furries who go to a furry world.
Yeah. So
is this true?
No.
Is this true?
So, oh god, where do I even begin with this? It's like, basically, it's a project that me and a friend of mine, and my brother actually, I suppose, are doing, and it involves, basically all the characters are kind of like caricatures of what fans of various metal genres are like. So, you've got the person who's really into, like, metalcore and is basically not exactly emo, but kind of like, you know, in that realm of, like, character, I suppose. Then you've got the character who listens to black metal and is actually insane. You have,
Edgy boy.
Edgy boy, yeah. Then you've got, well, I mean, I think you get the gist of it. Basically, a bunch of characters that are caricatures of what fans of different genres are like. Because there's really a lot to work with there. Because metal fans really go over the top a lot of the time.
That sounds really cool. I think the best kind of visual novels are the ones that are kind of a bit gimmicky, and that sounds like an amazing, like, sort of gimmick.
Yeah, that was kind
of a visual novel.
That was kind of my idea, because I really wanted it to sort of appeal. I wanted it to have a baseline appeal for people, so it's not like I have to completely win over people with my ability to write and develop characters. I can sort of win them over by their pre-understanding of these tropes that exist in real life and just kind of embodying them, making them more over the top, and just making something funny and have, you know, fun character interactions.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea. I really like that. Link to the Steam greenlight for Ops's game in the description.
Could you sound less excited?
What? No. What? I meant that. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's neat. Okay, that did sound a bit dead inside then.
That's what I've been working on for like the past few.
Anyone else got any cool projects? Cool workings?
Let's see, I got my album, I got my podcast, I got
wow, you have a podcast?
Oh, that podcast? How's the podcast going?
Podcast? Wow, can you
this
send me a link? That
podcast.
sounds really interesting.
It's
Could you link to your podcast, please?
I'll link it in the
link to AlphaShire's latest episode of the podcast in the description.
In the description, absolutely.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty alright podcast, actually.
Wow.
alright.
What kind of guests? What kind of guests do you have?
I only have the most high quality guests.
Nice.
Nice.
With only the most professional and well scripted skits and content.
Wow, that sounds great.
Yeah, you should check it out. And you know what? You could come on sometime because
Wow.
like I need guests.
Wow, that sounds good. Is that like directed to us or the audience?
You guys.
Yes. Wow, that sounds like a really cool podcast that I would like to check out.
Yeah. Goom, you must tell the story of how you met Hats.
That was a long time ago, but sure. So
Weren't you like 6?
yeah, no, it's not
He
a
was
very
6.
it's not a very exciting story, but I'll tell it anyway. So I was very young. I was like a prep. I was a prep, which is for all you weird people in America. That's like year 1. I don't know what it is, but it's the first year of primary school. And I was
First grade.
I was.
Did we
Grade
No,
one,
we didn't meet
year
it.
one,
We didn't
whatever.
meet first. We did not meet then, did we?
No, this is the start of the story, you dumbass.
Yeah.
I don't meet you
Sorry.
until like halfway through.
No, don't
wow.
spoil it,
Wow.
Okay, I'm
Well,
sorry.
okay,
I'm
no.
sorry for ruining it.
Anyway, I made friends with these 2 twins who were they were people. They existed and they lived. And that's all you really need to know about those guys. And they lived in a beach place near where I lived. And I call it a beach place because I don't want to dox myself. But basically, yeah, they lived in a pretty secluded place by the beach. And there was another person who lived there. And for the sake of anonymity, I will call him David. Michael David. And he was like in like year 4 or something. He's 3 years older than I am. And for some ungodly reason, I think it's because we were like playing around, me and my 2 prep friends playing around on the beach, and we ran into him a few times. But somehow, tiny little child me became friends with this guy who went to the same school who was like 3 years older than me, and it was really weird, but we got along pretty well. And then eventually, those 2 twins that I was talking about moved away from my school. They went to a different school. I was in like year 3 or year 2, I don't remember. And then I just started hanging out with the guy who was 3 years older than me, and then one of his friends was Double Hats Eyewear, and that's how I know Double Hats Eyewear. And I just sort of hang around them and their friend group until they, I guess, learnt to put up with me. And now, yes, that's the story.
Don't sell yourself short. You're pretty. GoomFloops has always been a pretty essential aspect.
But I
of
was like 2
most
or
of our friend
something.
groups. Always pretty
I was like
essential.
2 years old. Was I
You s-
essential?
You were 2 years old
Yeah.
when you were going into.
Yeah.
You were
Well, they were all
no.
2 or 3 years older than me, and this was in primary school.
Yeah.
So
It was
honestly, it honestly is a bit of a mystery to me.
Yeah.
What
well,
is that?
That's people in the game, Goom. Don't get
Oh, right,
distracted.
okay.
People
Someone's
making
farting,
farting noises.
Making farting
in our-
noises. That's pretty
making
funny.
farting noises in our video games. Very funny. No, Goom was always a bit of an essential in the group, I feel. He was the kindest person, and he was also a very good outlet for everybody, because everybody made fun of him, and that was cool.
Yeah.
No, that was not cool. Do not bully, do not make fun.
Yeah, they bullied me a lot, and I actually, as a result of it, I now have a very bad personality. True story. No, I was the butt of a few jokes, but like, it's fine. The youngest person in the group is always going to be the butt of a few jokes, I feel.
Yeah, no,
So
it's,
yeah, that's how I met DHE IRL, dude.
Yeah, no, he's... Yeah, no. I think the main way we met actually was playing Truth or Dare.
Really?
That was
Wasn't
the main.
that-
That was the main. That
Wasn't
was the
that
main.
like way after we knew each other?
That was the main activity that we used to engage in.
Was it? I don't remember
What?
that. I remember playing Imaginary Skyrim and Imaginary Mine. And I remember like fighting, just straight up fighting each other on the oval. And I also remember the penis on the wall.
Straight up fighting each other.
No, it was like we were.
Extreme brawls.
It was pretty serious.
Serious brawls on the.
I also
on the
remember the
oval.
penis that was on the wall of like the gazebo. Oh my god, you got kicked again! What are you doing, Double Hats?
What?
You
What?
got kicked again!
No, I didn't. I did not get kicked again.
It just said kicking player neutrality, which is his Steam name. Sorry, I just doxed your Steam name.
Thanks. Thanks. I don't know
I'm
who
sure
that was. That wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
still
guess you got unkicked or something.
the genuine frustration that shows in his voice is just
Yeah. Well, no one wants to be kicked. It's like if I just went up to you in like real life and I just kicked you, no one wants that. That's mean.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, it's true.
Nobody wishes that.
I do not wish to be kicked.
Huh. Ooh,
So-
I want to keep my whatever. It doesn't matter. All right. So that was an okay. That was an okay story. I feel.
Yeah, that was a cool story. A cool story, 87.
yeah.
Cool story 87.
That's right.
Cool.
The sneaky references.
I got an idea.
What's your idea?
We're going to make a story.
Oh hell yeah!
But
Is this like
there's
the,
a catch.
the one word at a time
Um,
thing?
No, it's gonna kind of be like that, but
Okay.
it's kind of gonna be like more than just a word because delay and it's a podcast. It's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be very confusing if it's just one word. Like I guess like
One sentence at a time?
a bit more than a sentence. Like,
Okay.
I guess a paragraph.
Okay, sure. I'm into this. Who wants to start this epic tale?
I'll start. The year was 1987. You know, Hats, Goom, Ops, and I were we were in Texas, Austin, Texas, and you know, it was a different time. Crime was rampant in the streets. Poverty was everywhere, and that's irrelevant to the story. Now I'm passing it to you, Goom.
I thought you were gonna say poverty was epic.
Poverty was epic, and those who were poor had
okay,
power in
this
the
is
society. And as we were sitting there, we sat down on a bench, and suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a man, and he was holding a rake in his hand, and he was gesturing at us threateningly. DHE, the story is now yours.
We walked over to him because he seemed rather threatening, and we love conflict over here. And he took off his giant robe that he had on, revealing just a skull instead of a face. And he said, I said, I am the Grim Reaper, but due to recent budget cuts, I only have a rake now instead of a scythe.
Ops?
Oh no, I'm scoring it.
Oh,
How am
right.
I supposed to score it and
Yeah.
Oh,
You
alright.
can
How dare you?
take
How
a
dare you
quick break
bring him
from
into
the scoring.
So the Grim.
Oh, okay.
I'll score instead.
Yeah, get your bongo
Wait,
drum out.
yeah, no, let me
DHE.
let me just go get my scoring equipment.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm back. Alright,
Alright.
I have my scoring equipment right here, so you can get ready. Alright, ready, Ops?
Hold on, it's my turn.
Oh, okay.
It's Ops. Okay.
Fucking.
Alright, let's go.
This is way too on the spot for me. Is that actually just like a soda can?
Yeah.
I think it is. Alright, so the Grim Reaper.
It's what? This is degrading so much.
DHE, I hate to. You're like
Stop. Stop.
You're derailing the story a bit, my friend.
All right, Ops.
I thought it was good.
Ops.
Back. It was like, Jamaican.
No, you're not hearing it from our end. Okay?
Yeah, it sounds a bit crap.
Ops.
I can only
Alright,
hear it from my
continue.
end. I mean from your end. That is my end.
Okay, I guess Ops, you can be the scorer. Alpha, you're up
Scorer.
then.
I feel that I have nothing else I can do.
That's cool.
All right, my turn then. Okay, so the Grim Reaper with the rake said to us, Goom is actually hella gay and is gonna go murder a bunch of people. You guys have to go into the future, 2 weeks and stop Goom from killing those people. So, he was also in Japan for whatever reason. So we had to get to Japan, and I think.
Can I take over now?
Sure.
And I said, hey buddy, go. And I said to the Grim Reaper, hey buddy, go fuck yourself. You can't just expose me for murder because you're the god of death. I'll have you know that I'm a very prolific taker of lives, and also I have no wives.
Yeah, you tell him.
I'll tell him. And then
This
the
is so
Grim
bad. I wish
Reaper
we could
got out his
restart,
rake
but we can't.
and began to chase me and try to whack me with his rake. DHE, it's your story now.
Goom, however, Goom has incredible instincts and incredible reflexes, so he ducked and was in fact not hit by the rake of death. The rake, of course, that is owned by death. So GoomFloops, after he dodged, he said, "Death, onto you. Your reign of terror is now over. People may live freely without having to fear for their lives with every move that they make." So GoomFloops got out his Minecraft foam pickaxe that he always dear in his home, and took a hefty heavy swing at Death himself.
I do have a Minecraft pickaxe, though. It's pretty good.
It's accurate. Alright, I think it's your turn, Alpha. Or is it Goom's turn?
Alright.
Yeah.
So, in the distance, you could hear singing. It was none other than Michael Bowman and Scott Stutzman playing a tune in Texas. And they came over to Goom and said, we know that you are our biggest fan, and we just want you to have this. And they handed Goom a little bag, and I'm gonna pass it over to you.
And as I opened the little bag, I was distracted by its contents, and I didn't see when Death strolled towards me and struck me down with the rake. I died instantly because this weapon was wielded by Death, and because it was wielded by Death, it would kill you
This is
instantly
so
if you got
sad.
hit by it.
Michael Bowman killed Goom.
Yeah, indirectly I died because of Michael Bowman. And then there was a great cheering and yelling. The entire cast of I don't actually know. The entire cast of Seinfeld appeared upon the scene, clapping and waving and shouting, "The monster is dead." You're up, DHE.
Kramer, who actually wasn't present earlier, busted through the store and said, "Yeah, giddy up." Said, "Hey guys, Hey, Jerry, I can't believe you killed Death. You don't want to kill Death, Jerry. He said, what do you mean you don't want to kill Death? And George said, yeah, Jerry, you don't want to kill Death. You don't want to kill Death. Jerry, that's bad luck. And he said, yeah. And Kramer said, yeah, Jerry, that's really bad luck, Jerry. You don't want to go for that, Jerry. And he said, what? But I already killed Death.
This is so sad.
Elaine said, and then Jerry turned to Elaine and said, what do you think about this, Elaine? And Elaine said, yeah, you don't want to kill Death, Jerry. That's really bad luck. And Jerry looks extremely perplexed and shrugged a little and looked to all of his friends, like, you know, in like a confused and like disheartened manner. Yeah. You'll go, Alpha.
Okay. Suddenly, their eyes became black, and the world around became a void. Kramer stepped up to AlphaShire and said, "This isn't real. You're in a simulation. This is a story made by you four in a fucking podcast, and you can do whatever you want now."
This is your dream.
And then Alpha said, well, that doesn't sound right. I woke up this morning and the sun was bright. And I don't know why I've started to rhyme. I guess I'll just eat this lime. And then he pulled out a lime and he ate it.
Okay, I probably would do that.
Yeah.
Classic AlphaShire.
Classic rhyming AlphaShire.
Yeah, classic rhyming AlphaShire.
Yeah.
Rhyme for Shire.
Yeah. And then he slapped Kramer in the face. Kramer jumped back and started convulsing madly. No one was concerned because Kramer also always did that.
Yeah.
Your turn.
And Jerry put his hands on his hips and said, Kramer, you rapidly convulsing to get us. Yeah, Jerry, I'm rapidly convulsing. It's a rare medical condition, Jerry. It's a rare, giddy up. It's a rare medical condition, Jerry. It's taking me over. It's taking me over, Jerry. It's taking me over. He looked extremely worried at Jerry, and Jerry held onto his hand and said, "It's gonna be all right, Graham. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna get through this." And George said, "No, we're all gonna die in the end. Nothing really matters."
I don't even remotely know what tone to put to this anymore.
Alright, so then Obama comes out of the black.
Yeah, he does.
Obama from
Wow.
Homestuck. Obama from Homestuck.
Wow.
And he's looking for John, but Goom, who is John, is dead. So then, with Alpha's newfound god powers, he retconned Obama out of the story, and then there was this whole dance sequence, like, Obama is gone. You know the one. Alright, I'll pass it to you, Goom.
And after this strange act of fourth wall fuckery, Seinfeld became a television show and not a bunch of real people, and it was really weird. Sorry. And after this, the four continued to sit on the bench and appreciate the day until suddenly.
Wait, Goom, you died.
Huh? I was okay. The three.
Goom, you died, and the whole world became a void.
The three continued to sit on the bench and enjoy their day until from the sky fell a bale of hay.
That's actually a good prompt.
I know.
Alright, hats. Have fun with that. Have a heyday with that.
Oh, funny. Alright, DHE. Handle the hay, son.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very lost as to where we are currently in the Seinfeld universe.
So Seinfeld is gone. It's just the three of you, minus me because I'm dead.
It's like a reset.
Just sitting on a bench,
scratch.
and a bale of hay has fallen from the sky.
Okay, so... Okay, we're all sitting on the bench. GoomFloops turns to DHE and says...
I'm dead.
Oh. Okay, so it's just Ops, Alpha, and me. Is that it?
Yeah. Yes,
Alright.
that's it.
So Ops is strumming on their guitar, and is extremely satisfied. Alpha turns to DHE and says, "It's 2:00 in the morning. Do you think we should start recording?" DHE says, "No thanks, I'm a little bit busy." And DHE walks away, just walks away without saying a word, off into the distance, without a care in the world. It's really sad, it's really emotional. It has like some heavy guitar music in the background as Ops like starts playing loudly as DHE walks away. It's a very emotional moment because everybody likes DHE. He's very handsome and pretty and beautiful as a human being. But yeah, DHE walks over the horizon and walks away. He can't find... he's never to be seen again. So Alpha's just alone with Ops, just playing the guitar.
Things are gonna get hot.
Please, no.
Oh god. Let's see. So, Alpha needed to record that episode. So, he revived Goom because he still has those god powers. And he gave Goom the ability of flight and the ability to extend his right pointer finger 10 feet. Fucking no. And then I told him to go get Hats because Hats is just like flirting with the transfer student, and that transfer student is John J. Renz. And we did nothing with Ops in this story so far, and
And with that,
I'll pass it to you, Goom.
And with that, Goom promptly flew off a cliff, because he had experienced what death was like, and it was actually pretty nice. In the afterlife, there's just this guy, and you play video games with him forever. It's pretty neat. Anyway, with Goom out of the picture, and Hats still gone, Alpha considered his options. He could either just do the podcast with Ops, and talk over a guitar for like 50 minutes. Or he could pray to the dark god John J. Renz and hope to get the sexy K-pop man on his podcast. It's your turn, by the way, DHE, for the story.
Yeah, no, I know it's my go. I'm just really considering my options here.
I see.
Unfortunately for AlphaShire and Ops and John J. Renz, before GoomFloops died, he actually managed to acquire the extremely rare and powerful anime weapon, the Death Note. He wrote all three of the names into I mispronounced that. I'm sorry for all of you out there who are more Nihon inclined. The Death Note. So GoomFloops had written them, all three of them, into the Death Note altogether. He hadn't specified a method of death, so they would just simply die of heart attacks rather than anything special. So all three of them died of heart attacks. I don't know what to tell you. They all just died. I think that's a good ending.
No, the ending has to be that, like, I record this episode.
Especially with...
And then we do, like, a whole roundabout thing.
But the guitar riffs!
It's
the
like,
riffs
it's the infinite loop. It's the time loop. Okay, so after they died, Toby Fox, the furry himself, he came out of the sky, he revived DHE, and shot him in the eye, then revived Goom, Alpha, and Ops, and he said, things are about to get steamy. And I'll pass it over to you, Goom. This is the last one. Yeah,
so they got out their
end with the
microphones
podcast.
and recorded a podcast. But it was hot in Texas, and it was also like the 80s or something. And suddenly, out of the dirt and the grime, George Bush Jr. stood tall.
No!
He was very young and very angry, and he said, "Read my lips, no more taxes." Oh wait, my dad said that. Okay, something else. And he said something that George Bush Sr. would say, Jr. would say, and then he deregulated all four of them away.
Sorry, I'm just gonna like kill everybody again.
We've been deregulated by George Bush, so I don't know how much further you can go from there.
So George Bush Jr. Came out into the public. He went up to Toby Fox and whispered into his ear and said, "I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but I actually, like, my father, he actually did do that thing with the towers and the planes. That was actually him. I'm very sorry."
Wait, what?
Toby
But
Fox.
that was George Bush Jr.
Yeah, exactly. No, he did. George Bush Jr. didn't do it. He said my father did it.
Oh, okay. George
He
Bush
said
Jr.
my father.
He's
my
pinning the
father.
blame on George Bush Sr. I understand.
Yeah, my father did the thing with the planes and the towers. So, Toby Fox, inspired by this, like, traumatic, like, this new traumatic knowledge, this cursed knowledge that he has now acquired, he decided to make a video game based on his experiences. And due to the fact that they were actually currently underneath the rubble of the previous very big towers in America, he decided to name it A Tale of the Underneath. So he decided to call it Undertale.
Thank you for listening to the Under the Tale podcast. Can that be it? That feels like the perfect place to end it.
No, wait, I want to do one more thing. I got a gag. So, your boy Michael Bowman was there the whole time. He whispered into Alpha's ear. Wait, hold on. I returned.
Yeah, that nobody heard it.
He whispered, "I'm thinking of a number between my buttocks. You know what it is? It happens to be 720. This is my free credit score." And then AlphaShire was inspired to create a podcast called Under the Blanket Podcast because of that. And here we are now. Yes. And this episode is weird in 2 hours, so
The Under the Tale, Under
Also,
the
it's
Blanket
like-
podcast. Hope you've had
also
a
it's like 1 a.m. right now. So.
fun time. Clap, 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 clap. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Alright, that's the end. Tune in next time for a other good episode.